Hey guys, Rusty coming at you. We're going to have another Who Wore It Better battle. And this time, we're going to be doing the Sixleaf. I want to say this is ESL20. I'm not wearing my glasses. Looks like it. It's in D2. It's a rattlesnake design. I got to show off their new boxes, which are much better. Big improvement. Thanks, Tang. That's Tang Lee. He's a seller on Amazon. He sells the Sixleaf and the Twosuns, and I bought this from him. And it took about a month, so if you do buy, be patient. You know, we'll get there. This one I said runs about 40 bucks, and here's your micarta. And these knives are not your slim, slender, really lightweight. However, it's not heavy. They are a good example of a cutting tool, in my opinion. You'll hear me say it to this video and on other videos. Rattlesnake knows how to do blade geometry, and you get very nice cutting performance out of these. As far as the quality of Sixleaf, I've been happy with them. They're not Kaiser level or Wee level or maybe even Civivi on some levels. However, that's a quality micarta. There's no blade play. What they are more, they have thick liners, thick micarta. I think they're just more rugged knives. Rattlesnake himself does the ergos. It's just a bigger, more hand-feeling knife. And, you know, take a look at the lockup. Hopefully we can get the sun just right. There we go. So that's a nice thick liner. Maybe you'll see some milling in here. It's going to be hard because we have pretty good sized backspacer. Very smooth there, good hardware, and that's your clip. It's effective, and it's not uncomfortable where it fits. You guys know if you put them there, it's a pretty nice spot. You can see how the curvature of your hands are. There's no really move forward position. You could right here, a little bit of a move up, just a little bit. Not really designed for that. And when we're down here, yep. How's the action? Well, not bad for just actually getting this knife. You can finger flick it. It's a little bit of gotta come up on the knife here. So if you could get, my hand wants to go right there. So you do have to move your hand up. But when you've done that, you're still in a good spot after you're done flicking. And when you come here, that works. So no adjustment needed for me. And so you guys want a fidgety knife, a rugged, durable type knife that's going to cut well. We got that top swedge. You know, this is the kind of knife I haven't done any. I don't usually like to do much with sticking or anything on my blade reviews. I like to keep my knives. If I want to use a knife, I'll buy a second one, turn it into a user. And the rest of them I kind of like to keep. But this one, yeah, it's a nice one. So, what are you gonna compare it to, Rusty? Well, thought about a long time ago getting my 380 Twosun TS 380. I didn't bring it with me today, and I do have a Ganzo FH71. So that's what we're going to compare, because you guys are probably familiar with the Ganzo FH71, and it kind of has this blade swedge on top. It has this little belly, you know. This one has a curvature. This one has this drop coming down, but turns more into a spear point. And this one's more of a modified sheepfoot Warncliffe, because this point is down. You know, if we're looking at the center of the blade here, this point drops a little bit lower than the center. However, it's lined up with a pivot pretty well, which makes it nice for cutting there. This one on the blade here is almost in the center. If we were just to draw a line straight out, and then that also makes it so they're just designed differently, because that tip is actually still about center pivot. That's the action there. $40, about $25 for these. And what this does not offer: no finger flick, no multiple deployments, just that. It is G10. It is nefted liners. And all in all, this one does win on the ergos for me. It's just a smaller knife. And however, there are times when there's more knife to hold on to. And maybe you can see that in my hand. And definitely my hands, this is almost like too small. And that's if you know, I compare the rattlesnake grips to a hammer. And then it truly is. And you know, when you're holding on to a hammer, I mean, you can go to work. So now granted, we're not hammering with a knife, we're cutting. And so sometimes it's nice to have this agility, you know, and switch around different grips. With this one, you still can. You move up there, get some, look at that amount of the blade you can get on there. Right back here, get a hold of it. If you're really coming down on it, the Sixleaf is a better knife if you're going to be bearing down on it. So, but let's go over that. Ergos, pocket clips are, so Ganzo wins on ergos. Pocket clips are probably a push. Materials, both are very nice for the price range. This is Micarta, and it's grippy, it's smooth, but it's going to provide some traction. And this stuff is really good looking with the swirls in it, and smooth, but not as grippy. D2 blade done by Ganzo. It's been tested. This is D2 blade done by Sixleaf, and all I can tell you, talking to Tang, is it's a high quality factory. So what that means is hopefully they're using pretty decent D2 and they're treating it right. And from what I understand in the D2, I don't know that they need to do a whole lot in the treatment. It might be an air cooled steel. I'd love to hear from you guys, but I think they can just heat it to the right temperature and let it set, so there's not a whole lot of quenching or anything. And that might be part of the popularity with the manufacturers. Who wore it better? Let me hear from you guys.